What's happening, guys? This is the Grand Master of Faster, and welcome back to Let's Play Wario World. In this episode, we are going to tackle the second level of Excitement Central, and we are going to watch as Wario descends into madness. No, not really. He's going to descend into Greenhorn Ruins. To start things off, we have a red switch here, and the chest is inside this block. Very convenient. But that's not the only thing that's here. Once we get rid of these blocks, we get another treasure. So 2 treasures right off the bat. Can't complain. Okay, here's our first spriteling. What do you have to say? If you're surrounded by monsters, pull out a mad move and knock them out with one blow. When you're holding a monster up in the air, rotate the control stick to do a wild swing ding. If you jump and press the R button while holding a foe, you'll do a pile driver. It's earth-shaking. Yeah, I kind of went over that in the previous video, but I'll talk about it briefly. The mad moves are ways of getting rid of lots of enemies very quickly. Case in point, I got rid of everyone with the wild swing ding. Coins, 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 money is everything! But I guess the spritelings are important too. The wild swing ding is a spinning move, and the pile driver is a ground and pound move. Master the finer points of these 2 mad moves to turn gears, break down iron doors, and deal with tricky traps. Use your head, Wario. Yes, the mad moves are not only used to fight enemies, but they're used to solve puzzles. For example, we have a Swirly Spinner, and we need to spin the big magon in the direction the spinner is pointing towards. And that will open up a gate and allowing us to punch this switch. Okay, new sort of enemy, obstacle, whatever you want to call it, enemy generators. They will constantly spawn enemies, and they are going to get rather annoying. Now, believe it or not, you can destroy them, but it takes a lot of hits. You don't really need to destroy them, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of doing it. I think maybe one more big magon should do the trick. You can't spin an enemy indefinitely, though. You can only spin it about 25 times. I'm not 100% sure. But we're going to need to grab another big magon because of this door right here. This is an iron gate. You cannot ground pound these. Instead, you have to use a pile driver to get through them. Now, iron gates do not contain little puzzles. Instead, they contain obstacle courses. There. Alright. So we're going to punch this, ride the glue globe, grab the gold fragment, and now it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to the red diamond. This level is definitely longer than Excitement Forest, but I'm going to try and complete it as quickly as possible. We have another spriteling. Using the glue globes on the walls up ahead, you can jump and stick to the walls. When you see these sticky orbs, try some of your moves. When jumping to a glue globe, check your footing, mark your goal, and then jump. It takes practice, so don't get frustrated, okay? Well, he says it takes practice, but in all honesty, it's not very difficult. You just have to move the control stick in the direction you want to jump. It's very simple. And speaking of jumping, let's head down here. That is a lot of spikes. But this can very easily be done without getting hit. And somehow I was actually able to do that without getting hit. For once I didn't jinx myself. Garlic vendor there. Oh gosh! One thing you have to know about the Cractals is that they can pick you up and throw you down. So you don't want that to happen. There is a green W pad right there, so we'll have to keep that in mind as I utterly fail my dash move. Okay, it's not that much effort to get back up here. But still, it is a rather annoying interlude that I would rather not have dealt with, if that made any sense at all. But one thing I do understand is, I want treasure! I want treasure! By the way, the treasures in Greenhorn Ruins are all ceramics, which is kind of a nice touch, because you typically find artifacts that look like ceramics when you're exploring ruins, and oh, you! We are going to get to know you very, very well throughout the game. This is our first gem demon. We're gonna be fighting a lot of these. They come in 3 colors: red, yellow, and blue. The red one is the easiest to deal with. What you have to do is you have to throw enemies into it 3 times, and every now and then the gem demon will fire a laser. And wow, that was an utter fail. They're not very difficult, just more like annoyances rather than threats. And let's get rid of you once and for all by giving you a concussion. So when we climb down, we encounter something very interesting over here. This guy is an old red mug. But first, let's go ahead and press this green switch. Yes, Old Red Mug. That is actually his name. I'm not joking. You punch him 3 times, and he becomes a bridge. Most convenient indeed. Now, if memory serves, the treasure should be higher up. In fact, it should be where I... Yeah, here it is. What I was about to say was where I dashed through those magons. So we're about halfway done with the level. And we're only at 7 minutes, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and grab this gold fragment. We should be halfway done with the gold fragments right about now. Okay. There's the light blue W pad. So it's good to keep that in mind. And it's a good thing we did keep it in mind, because there's the switch. Alright, I'm going to try and get all of the treasures in one go. If I do end up using the bye-bye balloons, I think I'm just going to cut until I find the treasure that I need. And that was an utter fail. Well, I suppose the Triceratops will have to do instead. Come on, can I do that? Thank you very much. And let's get rid of you guys. I do not want to fall. No, 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 I do not want to fall. But one thing I do want to do is jump up and grab this gold fragment. Here is a blue switch right here. I believe the old red mugs only appear in this level, which is kind of sad because they look really funny. Okie dokie, that is another treasure in our midst, in our greedy midst, I should say. And it's a good thing this level is so generous with enemy generators, because usually when you find a Swirly Spinner, you'll... Did that Magon literally just kill his own sibling? I don't really know, but... And I'm confusing myself again. Focus, Adam. Focus. Just think of a warm beach with soft sand and clean water, and I'm getting ridiculous again. Just great. Okay, now I know where I need to go. We want to head across the water, past the Triceratops, and we need to get rid of these things, because there's another hatch for us to travel down. So this is a very easy obstacle. We need to jump up here, and we need to go up, and up again. We need to find out where the gaps are and try to avoid getting hit by the spikes. And I can't believe I have not taken damage in this level. I know I'm jinxing it, but I'd just like to point that out. There we go. The red diamond is collected, so let's head on up. I just love how Wario flails as he's going up the screen whenever he emerges from a hatch. It always looks so funny to me. Alright. We need to head back up here because there is a spriteling that needs our help. There's a battle ring up ahead. 1-minute battles begin when you enter battle rings. Fight everything that enters the ring. The number of coins you get depends on the number of monsters you defeat, so fight hard. Can do, son. Can do with a vengeance. Because these jerks stole my treasure and I want it back. Okay, here's another element that you will only find in underground sections. This block with the arrows will move if you punch it. It will move in the direction that you punch it. So you want to punch it in this direction, climb up, grab the gold fragment, and the red diamond. Very, very simple. Easy peasy. And any other terms I can find in the thesaurus. And now we have our first battle ring. You have 60 seconds to destroy as many enemies as you can. The more enemies you destroy, the more coins you get at the end. This kind of reminds me of those battle rings in Donkey Kong 64, where you fought enemies and you would get a crown at the end. Unfortunately, you don't get a crown here, you just get a lot of coins. But still, battle rings are pretty fun. One more thing I should mention about the rings is that there are these totems or torches or whatever they are. If push comes to shove, you can always pick them up and use them for mad moves. And let's get rid of these dinosaurs. The club-wielding enemies are best taken out with a wild swing ding because the pile driver won't be quite enough to get rid of them in one go. But I'll finish off with the pile driver. And that is it. How many coins did we get? Oh, tons. I think that was over 200. Or maybe it was something else and I just can't count. More often than not, it's usually the latter possibility. Alright, we've got another iron gate, so another obstacle course waits for us. And down we go! This is another very easy course. You just have to hop on the rotating platforms. Now, if you do fall off, you won't lose any health, you'll just go back to the beginning. And believe me when I say this, that's going to get very, very irritating in some of the later obstacle courses. I like to think of this as inspired by the platforming segments in Super Mario Sunshine, where you had to do a little platforming challenge in order to get a shine sprite. This is sort of the same thing. And let's punch this old red mug while jumping on everyone's heads. Oh wow, I forgot, ground pounds can also damage enemies. Alright, but we're going to need something else for this. But first, let's go ahead and hop on top of these blocks to hit this purple switch. That's not all we can do. We can also get rid of these blocks and punch this pink switch. Most excellent. You know, I want to say something. I really like Wario as a character. He makes for a very interesting contrast with Mario, because whereas Mario always fights for the princess and has plenty of courage, Wario's just looking out for number one. And the two have always had a very interesting relationship. I do know in the Mario vs. Wario comic, which was loosely inspired by Super Mario Land 2, The Six Golden Coins, Mario and Wario were childhood friends, but Mario always bullied Wario, and that's why he took his castle. I do know that in the Super Mario Land 2 game manual, Wario took Mario's castle while he was off in Sarasa Land rescuing Princess Daisy. But it never occurred to me that Wario was jealous or resentful of Mario. And I guess it does make sense, because when you look at Wario's name, it's inspired by the Japanese adjective warui, which means bad. So he is essentially a bad Mario. But enough of me rambling. Welcome to one of my least favorite underground segments of the entire game. This place is filled with Wario head statues. And we have to try and find the red diamond and the gold fragment. And I was lucky to find the red diamond earlier on, because if you listen closely, you can hear the shimmer of the gold fragment. Is it under here? Oh, there it is. Wow, that took a lot less time than I thought it would. I've had many playthroughs where I've gotten rid of the Wario statues, or Wario busts, or whatever the heck they are. And the very last two I pick up have the red diamond and gold fragment. Let's get rid of this, and we get another treasure. We are coming close to the end of the level, which is nice. So let's go ahead and set this spriteling free. Many more of my friends are being held against their will up ahead. If you see any of them, I'd really appreciate it if you'd save them. You'll be rewarded for coming to their aid, of course, Wario. We know how you like rewards, so, okay, off you go, Wario. In traditional Wario fashion, the more, spritelings you rescue, the better your ending you will receive. This was parallel to the Wario Land games, where you would get a better ending if you collected more coins. Pah! I cannot get my words straight. Oh, look at that! The final treasure in Greenhorn Ruins is an NES. If that isn't awesome, I don't know what is. But let's go ahead and descend into the final Iron Gate. And it's a very interesting looking one. I know about people doing the wave, but this is kind of ridiculous. Ridiculous, yes. Easy, also yes. Let's get the last red diamond and the last gold fragment. Very nice. So we're just going to make a quick check to see if we have everything. We've got all 5 spritelings, all 8 diamonds, all 8 gold fragments, and all 8 treasures. You are going to need 3 diamonds to fight the boss, much like Excitement Forest. So let's go on down. Time to deal with the Sandworm. This guy is fairly easy. You punch him a few times, and he's going to go after you with those scythes. And this is one of the few bosses where you cannot use wrestling moves on it. As he takes damage, he will swim to the center of the pool, and he'll start spewing spikes. But as you can see, he gets a lot faster with his scythes the more you damage him. Believe it or not, this boss, in my opinion, is even easier than Green Fist. And oh god, right when I'm about to say that, he spits spikes. You want to try and avoid going to the center, because, as you can imagine, it's difficult to escape when the sand is moving, but it's not difficult any longer, because we've beaten him. That's right, Wario. Stand tall and proud. So that's 220 more coins for us. Excellent. And that's the second statue, which means that we have the other half of the heart. So now we've got 5 hearts. And more importantly, the path to the boss of Excitement Central is now open. So next time on Let's Play Wario World, we are going to fight the boss of Excitement Central. As usual, please be sure to leave a like or comment below and subscribe to my channel. Every one of those helps. See you guys next time.